Good morning, guys. If you hear any snoring, it's my dog. So, that out of the way. Having chatted with a friend of mine this morning, I became aware again of the incredible power that a relationship can have on a person. If it's a good one, of course, there's flourishing and there's joy. But when there's just too much healthy tension and too much neglect and too much of a mismatch, I see people go to the point where they get physically ill. Sometimes you get flu, and I was just reading that a flu, not as in COVID, we're not talking COVID today, often reflects a sense of being victimized by somebody. And that was really interesting to me because from personal experience, I've seen that when there's a imbalance in a relationship or there's abuse in a relationship, even if it's normalized abuse, which I will explain in a moment, often the less happy partner or the person that is being bullied will get sick. Often, most of the time, something to do with the lungs. Flu, bronchitis, pneumonia, constant coughing, kind of a chest that doesn't really ever clear up. And I've seen this not only in literature, but I've seen this in my friendship circle. I've seen this with my clients. And of course, I've read quite a lot about it too. So I think it's safe to say that if you notice this pattern, it's a red light, it's a warning sign, it's a sort of a prod in the ribs for you to pay attention. Something is not okay with you, which brings me to normalized trauma. When a person has been in a relationship for a long time and there's always been, maybe early on not so much, and it escalated over time, and it's often a subtle escalation, which is what causes normalized trauma, is that it is so subtle and it is so frequent that it becomes your normal. So I deal with people who say to me, no, I'm not anxious, no, I'm not depressed, but I can see the signs and symptoms pretty clearly. So normalized trauma is when you've been in a situation, you've been exposed to abuse for such a long time that it is your normal, that the yardstick that you measure with is often that ludicrous kind of thinking of, okay, my partner hits me a little softer, not as bad as it used to be. What is the yardstick that you are measuring with? One should not measure with, okay, it's better now. One should measure with, what is healthy? I know a lot of people are afraid of leaving a relationship, and it is daunting, I'm not going to lie to you. I've been there myself. It's hard work, it's frightening, but I can tell you one thing, living the way that you do in an unhappy, unfulfilling, abusive relationship is not the way to live. And I'm not here to sell any service, but if it's something that you wonder about and you just want an ear to listen to your thoughts, to download some of what you are concerned about and maybe get an objective opinion, you are really welcome to contact me. But more than that, I really want you to just become aware. One does not just pack up and leave. You work on the process of gradually exiting, especially if you're in an abusive and dangerous relationship. Whenever there's substance abuse involved, violence involved, and yes, words can also be violent. So really, one does not just pack up and go. Think about it. Get somebody to help you process your exit. Sometimes it takes up to a year. Sometimes it takes up to 2 years. And it is worth the exit. It is worth the planning. It is worth the new life that can wait for you. Think about it. Of course, there's nothing we can do immediately, but there's always just that little voice, that little decision that leads you to the next step and the next place of readiness to get out of a very unhealthy relationship that often makes people physically ill. So just for today, think about it. Have a good day.